latest information is coming in that the first restaurant that they had gone to had gotten a bill of about rupees 48,000, and it had stopped services at around 12:10 p.m. My colleague Prathamesh with us on the broadcast. Prathamesh, on that fateful night on 18th of May, the miner had reached the Koji pub restaurants with its friends at 10:40 p.m. They had gone to celebrate passing their 12th grade examinations, and the restaurant service was stopped at 12:10 p.m. It's only after this that he had visited the pub, and we are being told that a bill of rupees 48,000 was deposited.
The 48,000 was been spent in just 90 minutes. The boy has spent 48,000 over in just 90 minutes. As he was doing a party, he went to one of the restaurant and he spent over there. After that, he went to another restaurant and drank the alcohol. And after that, he was and after 10 crore that vehicle Porsche at 150 kilometer to 200 kilometer per hour, and he hit the two guys over the two-wheeler, and the two of the boys and the two guys were on the dead on the spot. Yes.
Indeed, and after depositing this bill of 48,000 at the Koji pub restaurant, it seems that he visited another pub called the Black Marriott at around 2:15 p.m. And only after this did the accident take place. Did his speeding Porsche hit the two-wheeler? What do eyewitnesses have to say?
Actually, the eyewitness has also been there, and he was running after hitting the people. After that, people have stopped him and he held them. This was the incident on the spot, and after that, he was drunk. He was heavily drunk, and he was driving the vehicle. And suddenly, the bikers have came in front of him, and he hit the two people. As he was just a 70-year-old boy. He's a juvenile, and now after the police has registered the case, he was in 15 hours. Just in 15 hours. He was given the bail in 304 section 304 subclause C. He was given bail, and after that yesterday he was produced in front of the court, and the bail has been cancelled.
Indeed, and it seems that the granting of bail and the conditions over which the bail had been granted had sparked considerable outrage. Apart from the essay, there is also information coming in that a psychiatric counseling was also recommended, and a personal bond, surety bond, was also told to be paid. Can you tell our viewers how much is the amount that was told to be paid, and if any other direction was issued as far as the bail was concerned?
Yeah, after the bail was issued by the court, the bail has given the proper instruction that he need to write an essay on the accident in 300 words, and also he need to take a psychologist training, and also the sessions, the therapist he need to go, and all the conditions were given in the bail. But after that, as soon as this case was highlighted in the media, the people were also frustrated from this, and they just reacted on this. And after that, police also came into action. Pune police came into action. Maharashtra Deputy CM has took a meeting with the police commissioner of Pune, Amitish Kumar, and he gave the instruction that no one would be spared of whomsoever is responsible in this incident. The person will be behind the bars. Also, the police is saying that the boy shouldn't be treated in a juvenile court. He should be treated in an adult court. The trial should be go in an adult court. Because the incident which has happened is just not a normal incident which a juvenile can do. This incident which has happened is an adult this is an adult incident, and this should be going in an adult trial court.
All right, Prathamesh, I'd like to thank you for joining us on the broadcast this morning. Viewers, we also have with us Advocate Khushbu Jain, who is a Supreme Court lawyer, joining us on the broadcast today so that we can gain a better understanding of what exactly is the Juvenile Justice Act and what will happen next, because now the Pune police has approached the court, with regards to trying this minor as an adult. Ma'am, the Juvenile Justice Act of 1986 initially allowed for minors who were below the age of 16, to be tried as children itself. But later on in 2000, this act was amended and the limit was raised from 16 to 18 years. But the act was amended again in 2015 and a provision called the conflict with law was added. Could you explain our viewers what exactly is this provision and what exactly does it state as far as trying children who have committed heinous crimes as adults is concerned?
All right. So to understand this, as rightly put it forward by you, that 2015 is where the amendment has come up, where children with conflict in law between age group 16 to 18 would be tried in an exceptions where, a heinous crime has been committed, would be tried as adult, not as children. The immunity which has been given as children is not to be provided to them, but with a clause that it should come as a serious or a heinous crime. Now, if I'll make you understand, this is nothing but this clause itself, which was been introduced in 2015, came up with the abstract that treating children as adult is an exception to the rule, and it has to be treated in a very restricted meaning. It cannot be an absolutely okay to utilize this. That's where the whole question comes today, that understanding that whether it would be or it would not be, or by default it's considered as, because understanding the heinous and the serious also is a challenge in itself, that something that comes under what punishment it comes under is a question that has to be settled. Now, if I look into section 15 of the same act which you were referring to, section 15 talks about that there has to be a preliminary assessment that has to be done, where any kind of offense which has been done comes under the category of being called as heinous or not, and where the child has completed the age of 16. Now, after all these things, the board is required to conduct that assessment with regard to his mental and physical capacity to commit such offense. Now, this is again a thing which will have to be looked into, that now next few days is where that assessment will be done, and that assessment is where it will define that whether the crime has been of such category or not of such category, of commission of what is his mental state, whether it is in a state of good mental capacity to commit that crime. And here, if you look into, a lot of leeway has already been taken by the accused on the aspect of intoxication, and intoxication not in a normal capacity, but there has been a habit of intoxication that has come up. So this is something which is something which all of us have to wait and see that how this will transform and transpire next. But if I'll again define heinous crime, if you look into section 232 subclause 33 of the Indian Penal Code, then it will say that offences where minimum punishment of imprisonment is for 7 years or more. So that's where this will come up, and category which is coming here is heinous offence, and trying this offence under this category would be something which would be okay, provided the committee which is formulated is gonna come up, preliminary assessment is gonna come up where juvenile in conflict is in fitting in that category, or whether what is the state of affair and how things are there. There are also aspects of confidentiality and other aspects which have to be kept in mind. But here I think how the matter in case is something which we'll look into. But preliminary assessment has to be done by the committee, and that's where I think we all have to wait and understand that what assistance that preliminary assessment that will come up. The second thing which one has to look into is, it's not just the exception which is given away here, but we should also look into the Motor Vehicle Act, and Motor Vehicle Act makes it mandatory that if a child which is under 18 has been driving, anything that has committed, any offense that has been committed by that child, the guardian, the legal guardian, the parent, or the owner of the vehicle shall be charged for that punishment which has been committed by that. So I think that's where I think we have to make it very strict, so that it creates an example, one for the child, but second for everybody around as a parent to understand that what kind of measures have to be taken place when it comes to I'm not on moral or raising part, but when it comes to giving somebody a vehicle which is unregulated, or not under somebody's inspection or under some elders guidance. So that's where I think it will play a very crucial role, as to we have to equally watch not just this case, but we have to watch the other case of how the father's case is going on, and how that motor vehicle act has been, those conditions, those sections have been implied and imposed on the father strictly.
And, bringing the conversation back to the juvenile itself, you've stated that his physical capacity will be assessed. Will it also be assessed as to whether he was mentally aware of, what he's done, whether he understands the consequences of what he's done, and whether there was an intention behind this or not?
Absolutely. If you'll see, that's the whole assessment. The preliminary assessment is based on mental and physical capacity for somebody to commit an offense. And when you talk about mental, this is where it will come, whether he understands, whether his mental capacity is in such a manner that he understands where he's committing a crime. If you'll see, crime always talks about the knowledge and the intention, but intention also can be, in certain exceptions are there to it. But here his mental capacity will be absolutely judged by the team of psychologists to sit into and to assess his state, and that's where we'll come up with a conclusion whether he'll be tried as adult, and what exceptions would come up in the future.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.